Good morning, folks. This is Deb. We're getting closer to October here. Maybe this is a stretch, but we're going to call this a free-range turkey shoot this morning because we're in a mood, okay? One of my favorite quotes comes from C.S. Lewis, and it's on my Facebook page. I'm going to read it to you. I want to get it right, so I wrote it down. One of the most cowardly things ordinary people do is to shut their eyes to facts. So I guess what I'm saying is, I'm talking to the people who are supposedly on the fence in this election. Now, I'm not sure about how many people there are still on the fence. I can't even fathom anyone even considering the loudmouth orange goddamn blob that now represents the U.S. Republican Party, because he is, without a doubt, one of the most repugnant, reprehensible excuses for a human being on this planet, and possibly the stupidest man in America, okay? But hey, you know what? You can't argue with it, because in the pursuit of power, there is absolutely no bottom to the GOP's barrel. But we may have hit it the other night when Donald Trump went on Newsmax. So let's read this quotation to you, okay? This is exactly what he said. I wrote this down, and I have the clip also in the video. Joe Biden became mentally impaired. Kamala was born that way. And then he, stops for a few minutes because, the hapless morons in the audience, however many there are, because he doesn't show them anymore. They're so small. They're all salivating and clapping. Then he goes, once again, he picks up. She was born that way. And if you think about it, only a mentally disabled person could have allowed this to happen to our country. It didn't end there, He went on with his rant about the border, because that's where Kamala was that day. Let me just give you a few little tips, okay? Because we've talked enough about the border in the last couple of videos. Donald Trump had the majority in the House and the Senate and never passed one bill on immigration during his entire 4 years. Whatever damage he did at the border, he did through executive order and dictatorship kind of moves, okay? Even when he had the opportunity to use the legislature. That should speak volumes to you. But even worse than that, what he restricted was legal immigration, stopping green cards. He did absolutely nothing to stop illegal immigration. So once again, Donald Trump is projecting not only the mental disabled part, but the whole immigration part. He did zero to stop illegal immigration. So did he create that problem purposely? Well, you know what? He certainly created a COVID problem purposely for political gain. I wouldn't put that past him. In case you all forget the refrigerator trucks from a few years ago, you're short-sighted and you're closing your eyes to the truth. You know that old saying. But let's talk about it, because there is no bottom to this barrel. You thought that was bad? No, because they're still doubling down on the whole Haitian immigrant thing. They haven't stopped on that. He wants to go there now, even though nobody wants him there now, because he has wreaked havoc on those people. But he doesn't care about anybody but himself and power. And the people who attach to him are leeches who want that power. It's as simple as that. I mean, we don't need to overcomplicate the stuff with ideology. This is a race to the bottom for power over your life. The other statement that Donald Trump made this week to women, of all people, I am your protector. You've got to be shitting me. You have got to be shitting me. Women don't need a sexual predator as a protector, a man who is taking away and bragging about it their bodily autonomy, a man who is stripping away their rights. Now he's looking at contraception. That's not a protector. That's a predator. Women don't need protectors. What they need is to be free, to make their own decisions about their own bodies whenever they feel it's necessary, without interruption from the federal government or any kind of religious group that they don't choose to talk to on their own. There is no bottom to the GOP's barrel. We have a man running for governor of North Carolina. This isn't trivial, by the way. Governorships are not trivial. Who is currently the lieutenant governor, a black man who is writing on porn sites that he is a black Nazi. A man who vilifies the LGBTQ community almost every time he opens his mouth, but then admits on a porn site that he enjoys transgender porn. Anytime you folks out there riding the fence want to compartmentalize any more of this degenerate blather from the Republican Party as normal political discourse, you can go right ahead and live with that delusion. But you will be remembered on the wrong side of history when the history books are written 50 years from now. There is no bottom to the GOP's barrel. None. Okay? The man who ranted this week in defense of everything going on in the party where it comes to immigration, calling the folks from the Haitians, the worst country in the continent. I forget exactly what he said. It was just unbelievable. Okay? I believe I have it right here, though. Clay Higgins, yeah. Louisiana, how could I forget? Okay? This is what he said about them. Eating pets, voodoo, nastiest country in the Western Hemisphere, cults, slapstick gangsters. All these thugs better get their mind right and their ass out of our country before January 20th. That's a direct threat as far as I'm concerned. Clay Higgins, you think that's normal political discourse? That's the way that someone who's elected to represent the American people should be talking? This shit gets regurgitated all around the world. The rest of the world sees us very clearly. Even if the people in this country can't seem to get past it right now. The people riding the fence on this election. We have Republicans in the public sphere voting for Democrats this year, up and down the ballot, because they know better. But we have people still riding the fence here in America. Riding the fence over what? Is this what you want representing you? This is not just an embarrassment. This should be a concern for everybody. Project 2025 is their mantra. It is their playbook. And it intends to infect every human being's life in America. You will be under the control of Donald Trump and the Republican Party, no matter who you are, because all you are is a vote to them. Beyond that, they don't need you anymore, except as a slave, because they have no intention of ever ceding power again if they take it this time. And you better not close your eyes to that fact. I will talk to you all later.